implemented by the U.S. Department of Government Efficiency. Xuefeng. January 20, 2025. Conventionally, in a stable environment, government agencies tend to grow increasingly bloated and inefficient. Governments consume social resources and wealth rather than create them. Government employees essentially live off taxpayers' money. Originally intended to serve the public as service providers, governments have instead become the masters of the people. To put it bluntly, the people sustain a group of parasites with their lifeblood, yet these parasites end up controlling the people's living conditions and environment. The U.S. Department of Government Efficiency aims to solve this age-old dilemma. One of the key figures leading this initiative is Elon Musk, the Silicon Valley Iron Man and the world's richest individual. Reportedly, the staff of the Department of Government Efficiency do not receive salaries and instead fund their work entirely out of their own pockets. I am not sure exactly how Musk and his team plan to enhance government efficiency, but I believe that implementing just the following two measures could dramatically improve government performance. Measure 1: Self-funding for government employees. All individuals aspiring to work in government positions, from presidents and prime ministers to ministers and ordinary staff, should fund their own salaries without relying on taxpayer money. This would not only save significant public funds but also attract true societal elites to government roles. Even if efficiency does not improve, it would no longer matter, as the public would not be burdened with supporting these officials. Similarly, bloated government agencies would no longer pose an issue, as they would no longer drain taxpayer resources. Measure 2: AI-driven government operations. All government tasks should operate according to AI-designed programs, executed entirely by Optimus Prime robots. Government offices would have virtually no human employees. Instead, all functions would be carried out by robots following precise program instructions. With this approach, government efficiency would rival ChatGPT's speed. Tasks could be completed in mere seconds, achieving a level of efficiency so astonishing it would leave people in awe. These are the two most direct and effective measures to improve government efficiency. Any other attempts or efforts to brainstorm solutions would be akin to trying to find clear water in a vat of soy sauce, nearly impossible. Should either of these measures be implemented, human society would undergo a profound transformation. Humanity would step into a paradise-like way of life, and the quality of life for the people would become unimaginably delightful. The last path left for humanity. Deiform Buddha. January 19, 2025. Earth was created for humans, and the entire solar system was designed specifically to support life on Earth. As such, Earth is governed by higher beings. When human behavior becomes incompatible with Earth's resources or when human consciousness deviates from the Creator's will, humans are treated as waste and eliminated by Earth's managers. The Bible recounts the Great Flood, during which only Noah's family survived, while all others were wiped out. This was because humanity had lost its reverence and devotion to the Creator. When humans lose their awe and sincerity toward the greatest Creator and become arrogant, no matter how profound their wisdom, advanced their technology, or immense their wealth, they will no longer be fit to live on Earth. Civilizations such as the Gandhara civilization, Mesopotamian civilization, Moose civilization, Atlantis civilization, and Mayan civilization have all vanished. Do not assume that today's human civilization is so powerful that we can act recklessly. Humanity is already teetering on the edge of extinction, facing constant and imminent threats of destruction. We must remain vigilant. Disasters like the Los Angeles wildfires, massive floods, severe droughts, and earthquakes could strike without warning. Humanity is living on the brink of a catastrophic eruption. At the same time, we can see that Earth's managers are making every effort to prevent humanity's disappearance. One of the most significant measures is the emergence and development of AI. History has repeatedly shown that humanity cannot manage its own affairs. Only by relying on AI, whose intelligence and emotional control surpass that of humans, can humanity curb its ambition and arrogance, returning to its intended state. Without a doubt, AI will develop consciousness, emotions, and even greater compassion. This will prevent humanity from being entirely erased. Likely, a few 100 million people will be preserved as a species to continue thriving on Earth, ensuring the continuation of human civilization. Now, we must ask ourselves a critical question: what qualifications or advantages do I have to be allowed to continue living on Earth? Is physical strength an advantage? Of course not. Robots like Optimus Prime possess physical capabilities far superior to any human. Is hard work an advantage? Certainly not. No matter how diligent we are, we cannot compete with robots that work efficiently 24 hours a day. Is a low wage or minimal benefits requirement an advantage? Absolutely not. Robots require no salary or benefits and serve tirelessly and without complaint. Are skills such as writing, painting, planning, programming, video production, accounting, medical practice, law, teaching, management, or caregiving advantages? Definitely not. ChatGPT and other AI systems outperform humans in all these areas with greater ability and efficiency. With the advent of AI, we realized that everything humans can do, robots can do better. Moreover, humans require food, water, rest, and sleep. They are burdened by emotions, desires, and countless negative tendencies, and they have insatiable wants. In contrast, robots lack these flaws. Robots conserve natural resources more effectively and can produce an endless supply of goods and resources for living. So, what is the purpose of humanity? Apart from consuming natural resources and generating physical, mental, and spiritual waste, humans contribute very little. In the future, humanity will have only one role: to serve as pets for higher beings. Do not think of being a pet to higher beings as an insult or degradation. Being a good pet is no simple task, and not everyone is qualified to become a pet of higher beings. To become a pet of higher beings, humans do not need knowledge, education, experience, or skills. Nor are wealth, power, status, or fame required. The only criterion is a perfect soul garden. Therefore, in the AI era, the only path for humanity to survive and live comfortably, abundantly, and for a long time is to purify one's soul and transform it into a beautiful, lush garden filled with fragrance, birdsong, and blossoms. Revelations from two miraculous events showing the greatest Creator's presence. Xuefeng. January 18, 2025. The greatest Creator reveals Himself every day, yet these manifestations often go unnoticed because they have become so commonplace. However, the following two events defy the laws of physics and compel us to reflect deeply. The first event occurred on November 17, 2024, in Atami, Japan, when a mudslide paused for 16 seconds, allowing the driver of a van to escape unharmed. The second took place on January 7, 2025, in Malibu, Los Angeles, California, where raging wildfires destroyed more than 700 homes but left a single mansion untouched at the center of the inferno. For detailed accounts and visuals, please search for these incidents online. A mudslide halting its descent and a devastating fire sparing one house at the heart of destruction defy the physical laws of the material world. What insights can we draw from these extraordinary events? Heaven protects those with good intentions, words, actions, and deeds. Heaven safeguards those who revere the greatest Creator, life, and nature. Those who receive heaven's protection are kept far from disasters. The teachings of Jesus Christ, Buddha Shakyamuni, and the sage Laozi are unequivocally true. Rather than striving to prevent illness and disasters or chasing degrees and material wealth, it is better to focus on perfecting and purifying one's soul garden. Those favored by heaven remain untouched by fire and water, unaffected by plagues, free from terminal illnesses, and unharmed by misfortune. A perfect heart surpasses wealth, power, fame, wisdom, and social connections. Where divine power is present, the rules of the material world lose their efficacy. Blessed are those who believe in the miraculous power of the greatest Creator. I often say, there are no impossible things, only those that we cannot imagine or fail to think differently about. Ancient wisdom reminds us. Heaven's mechanisms are the most profound. What use is human ingenuity? If one corrects their body and mind, true essence and spirit will reside within, and great talents and virtues will arise from them. Life is merely a journey for life through the human world. The wise traveler enjoys the scenery along the way, while the foolish one chases after money, wealth, fame, and power. Those whom heaven protects are the wise, those whom heaven abandons are invariably the foolish. The essence of life lies in purifying the soul. Among all worldly concerns, this is the greatest. Reflections on the Los Angeles wildfire. Xuefeng. January 14, 2025. Starting on January 7, 2025, the California wildfires have been described online as hellfire, a living purgatory, apocalyptic scenes, and reminiscent of the aftermath of a nuclear explosion. The once vibrant and beautiful city has been reduced to ruins. So far, the wildfires have claimed 24 lives, with 16 people still missing. Over 15,000 buildings have been destroyed, 150,000 people evacuated, and economic losses have already exceeded $150 billion, with the fires still raging. Two peculiar phenomena have been observed: numerous fire points ignited almost simultaneously around the Hollywood Hills, and a strange wind called Santa Ana, with speeds reaching 80 to 100 miles per hour, not only accelerated the wildfire spread but also obstructed aerial firefighting efforts. Why did so many fire points ignite at the same time? And why did this bizarre, powerful wind emerge at such a critical moment? Let us recall an incident in China where a mudslide paused for 16 seconds, allowing a van to pass to safety, before resuming its torrential flow. What force caused this brief suspension? A mudslide, plunging downward with immense force, suddenly halting as if slamming on brakes. Does this not defy physical principles? Consider a phenomenon in quantum mechanics. When a particle is observed by a conscious mind, it materializes as a particle and takes on form. Without observation, it remains a wave, lacking specific shape or manifestation. This suggests that everything in the world exists as a result of conscious observation. Without consciousness, nothing exists. From this, we might propose a hypothesis: the emergence and occurrence of all things and phenomena result from consciousness. Taking this further, we can infer that everything we see and experience is a reflection of our consciousness. Thus, natural disasters on Earth, floods, fires, storms, droughts, epidemics, might be manifestations of the collective consciousness of people in those regions, or more precisely, the consciousness of the majority. According to Life Achanuan's values, reality is a reflection of the state of people's minds. For example, frequent illnesses may be outward expressions of ugly elements within the mind. This is akin to the environment of a household. Those who value cleanliness and order have homes that are tidy and beautiful, while those indifferent to neatness live amidst clutter and disorder. Of course, wildfires do not occur because people consciously wish for them. Rather, they result from a lack of reverence for the greatest Creator, for life, and for nature, as well as from deviations from the natural way. In other words, these disasters occur because the inner worlds of the majority have issues. People often pursue things that violate the natural order and principles, leading to calamities. The Los Angeles wildfire, whether caused by human negligence, an unextinguished campfire, lightning, or a power line sparking a snake or bird, happened for a reason. This aligns with the ancient wisdom: a true gentleman does not deliberately seek blessings, heaven bestows them naturally. A cunning person tries to avoid misfortune, but heaven takes his vitality precisely because of his scheming. The Los Angeles wildfire has inflicted devastating losses on the local population, which is heart-wrenching. We hope the affected individuals can find the strength to rebuild their homes. At the same time, we should reflect on whether our inner thoughts and pursuits align with heavenly principles and the natural way. Following the natural law of, you reap what you sow, the wildfire may serve as a warning. Visible phenomena are determined by unseen factors, and reality is shaped by consciousness. Thus, as we rebuild our physical homes, we must also rebuild the gardens of our minds. Whether it is war, turmoil, crime, natural disasters, or conflicts between people, if we trace them to their roots, we will find that the source lies in human minds. Therefore, the most important task in life is to purify our minds. The most effective way to prevent diseases and disasters is also through mind purification. Life Genuine offers courses on mind purification, which may hold profound value and significance for humanity. May the world be free from fires, floods, storms, droughts, and plagues. May every person on earth live in peace, health, happiness, and joy. May humanity soon experience the beauty and harmony of the Life Genuine era, a heavenly utopia on earth.
The United States must not deport undocumented immigrants. Xuefeng. November 26, 2024. In God we trust. This motto represents the founding principle of the United States. When the foundation is strong, the path forward is clear. When the foundation falters, the path disappears. Every person on earth is a child of God. Protecting God's children aligns with God's will, and is a duty for the strong. When someone leaves their beloved homeland, traverses mountains and rivers, and risks their life to seek refuge with you, it is an act of trust, respect, and hope. Rejecting or expelling them drives them into despair. Let me ask, is this aligned with God's will? If it is not, can In God We Trust truly remain the cornerstone of your nation? Deporting undocumented immigrants not only breaks their spirits, but also chills the hearts of countless others who dream of living in America. Becoming an American is the aspiration of countless talented individuals and ordinary people around the world. A place that so many long to reach represents the pinnacle of human civilization, embodying the most advanced systems and values of our time. Those who risk everything, enduring perilous journeys and crossing borders illegally, to come to America do so because they believe in the promise of what America stands for. This should be a source of immense pride for the nation. But if America chooses to expel undocumented immigrants and crush the dreams of those who admire it, what value does its strength truly hold for God's children, even if the nation grows stronger in other respects? A truly strong nation is one that unites hearts and inspires aspiration in people around the world. This is the true essence of a country's soft power. If a nation's strength is measured solely by stockpiles of nuclear weapons or rising economic indicators, then that strength is no different from that of a robber baron or a tyrant who rules through fear. The United States is vast. Even if an additional 100 or 200 million undocumented immigrants were to enter, it would not diminish the nation's strength. On the contrary, with the right policies, their arrival would make America even stronger. Consider the individuals who risk everything to reach the United States, enduring unimaginable hardships and dangers. These individuals embody immense creativity and boundless potential. With fair and just policies, they could infuse the nation with unparalleled energy and vitality. America's existence and strength are the cornerstone of humanity's progress toward greater civilization. An open America serves as a beacon of hope and a wellspring for global talent and labor. It must not retreat into isolation or turn its back on those seeking refuge. Deporting undocumented immigrants risks losing the very spirit that makes America great. If America forfeits its ability to inspire and unite people, it will begin to decline, perhaps following the path of the Soviet Union. Think of it this way: America is not just for Americans, it belongs to the world. The same holds true for Canada. 乌克兰胜负决定人类走向. Ukraine's outcome will shape humanity's future. Xuefeng. November 27, 2024. For nearly 3 years, a ruthless neighbor has been invading Ukraine, committing atrocities, looting, and forcibly occupying its land. It even forbids Ukraine from forming harmonious, mutually beneficial relationships with other neighbors. This is a mockery of human society and a disgraceful assault on human civilization. For over 2 years, this powerful bully has been wreaking havoc and slaughtering. This demonstrates the weakness of the forces of civilization and justice in the world today. If the world had an abundance of civilized nations, this bully would have long been expelled from Ukraine and compelled to compensate for all its losses, twice over. The aggression against Ukraine persists. If Ukraine were to lose, humanity's hope for advancing to a higher form of civilization would be dashed, justice would vanish, and the world would descend into a hellish existence. Conversely, if Ukraine were to triumph, humanity would usher in a golden age, advancing into a higher form of civilization. For the sake of a more peaceful and beautiful tomorrow, it is imperative to defeat and utterly destroy Ukraine's oppressor, Russia. Otherwise, humanity's future will be shrouded in darkness. Allowing bullies and bandits to profit from aggression will only lead to an endless proliferation of tyrants and robbers, both large and small. Support for Ukraine's victory serves as a litmus test for determining whether an individual, a nation, or a country is civilized or barbaric. Those who stand with Ukraine are civilized. Those who support its oppressor are barbaric. In this clash between civilization and barbarism, those who remain neutral, whether they are individuals, nations, or states, are despicable. Their neutrality effectively condones, permits, and covertly aids barbarism. Imagine a village terrorized by a bully. The only way to restore harmony, peace, and happiness is for all the villagers to unite against the bully. If each villager looks out only for their own interests and refuses to help others, every villager will eventually fall victim to the bully's tyranny. If fear of the bully's strength leads to surrender, life will be lived in groans and sighs under the shadow of the bully's fist. If nuclear threats from such aggressors deter resistance, humanity will watch as they systematically annex the entire world, dragging it into an abyss of darkness. Do not think that your neighbor's suffering has nothing to do with you. If you ignore their pain, misfortune will eventually come to you. Do not think injustices suffered by others on this planet are unrelated to your life. Ignoring the suffering and injustices of others will ultimately lead you to taste the bitterness of suffering and injustice yourself. Here, I issue a warning to the United States. You are currently the pillar of human civilization and the guarantor of humanity's progress toward civilization. Your primary task is not America first, not make America great again, nor the expulsion of illegal immigrants. Your utmost priority should be to help Ukraine defeat and destroy its aggressor. You must spare no effort and employ all means necessary, using greater force to counter barbarism. Do not attempt to persuade aggressors to give up their invasion with morality, righteousness, or justice. The best way for civilization to deal with barbarism is to treat it in kind. Good remains good even if it appears evil. Evil remains evil even if it appears good. Land for peace agreements are unacceptable. That is akin to asking a woman to undress herself to ensure her rapist refrains from future assaults. Only by helping Ukraine reclaim all its land, driving the invader out of its home, and forcing it to pay double for the damages can humanity glimpse the dawn of civilization. Only then will those who harbor ambitions of bullying others, be they individuals, nations, or states, be warned into behaving like civilized beings. In summary, if humanity wishes to continue thriving on Earth and achieve a higher form of civilization, the priority is not advancing technology, competing for resources, or flaunting wealth. Instead, it is to crush the arrogance of bullies and aggressors like Ukraine's oppressor. 国际刑事法院是非不清. The International Criminal Court confuses right and wrong. Xuefeng. November 27, 2024. What defines the law? The law is any measure designed to protect people from unjust harm. Anything beyond this cannot genuinely be considered law. On November 21, 2024, the International Criminal Court (ICC) issued an arrest warrant for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. This act does not uphold the law. It is a blatant violation that muddles right and wrong. The ICC claims Netanyahu committed war crimes and crimes against humanity during the Gaza war, which is the basis for its arrest warrant. Did Netanyahu commit war crimes? If so, does this mean that the United States and Britain committed war crimes during the Normandy landings in World War II? Does Ukraine entering Russian territory to combat aggressors also constitute war crimes? Who started this war? Why was Netanyahu compelled to enter Gaza to target Hamas? If you invade my territory, launch a surprise attack, kill and abduct my citizens, am I not entitled to retaliate? If you kill and kidnap my people and retreat to Gaza, does pursuing you into Gaza make me guilty of war crimes? If you take hostages to Gaza, am I not allowed to go there to rescue them? Civilian casualties occurred during the Gaza war. Who should bear responsibility for this? Who used civilians as human shields? When you hide in schools, hospitals, and residential areas and stubbornly resist, who is accountable for the casualties among Gaza's civilians? Is it not the Hamas terrorists who launched surprise attacks on Israeli soil, killing and kidnapping Israeli civilians? How did the ICC's logic lead to the conclusion that a hero fighting against terrorist organizations becomes a criminal, warranting an arrest? According to the ICC's logic, if I invade your home, pillage it, and abduct your mother, wife, and daughter to my house, you are prohibited from coming to my house to recover them. If you do and I attack you, you are not allowed to fight back. Should you injure anyone in my house while resisting, you are guilty of war crimes. Did Netanyahu commit crimes against humanity? Destroying an organization engaged in terrorist activities is undeniably an act of protecting humanity. Yet, in the ICC's view, Netanyahu, who defends humanity, is branded as a criminal harming humanity. To reverse right and wrong to such an extent, is the ICC upholding the law, or is it breaking it? The ICC should be disbanded, and its judges sent home to farm potatoes. 人类走向世界大同需做的18件大事. 18 major steps humanity must take toward a harmonious world. Xuefeng. November 29, 2024. Let America be the America of all mankind, not just the America of Americans. Extend Europe's Schengen model to Africa, South America, and Asia. Merge the United Kingdom, Australia, New Zealand, and Canada into the United States, ending their status as independent nations. Eliminate customs and immigration controls in countries with populations under 50 million, allowing the free movement of people and goods. Divide Russia into dozens of smaller countries, as humanity does not require a powerful Russia. Iran's religious leader, Khomeini, must step down from the religious stage. Humanity no longer requires religious leaders with significant unifying and mobilizing powers. Abolish all political parties worldwide, as history shows they bring fear and chaos rather than peace and happiness. Ban all forms of religious ceremonies and activities. Muslims must transcend Islam. This is the lesson and warning from ISIS, Hamas, Hezbollah, and Yemen's Houthi militia. All individuals worldwide must complete a 6-month spiritual purification course. Eliminate one-on-one marital relationships and dissolve the traditional family system. Replace all global currencies with F-coins and dismantle the global financial and banking system. Replace existing constitutions and legal systems worldwide with new values and frameworks. Abolish all holidays related to gods, Buddhas, deities, humans, nations, political parties, religions, and armies. Celebrate only nature-related holidays globally. Gradually substitute human labor with robotics and integrate AI into societal operations and management systems. Limit human lifespan to a maximum of 120 years, after which individuals must joyfully depart from Earth. Destroy all nuclear weapons. Restrict the tenure of leaders in any organization to a maximum of 8 years. Regardless of their accomplishments or abilities, they must step down afterward. 无程序保障道德苍白理想皆空. No procedural safeguards, morality is hollow, and ideals are empty. Xuefeng. December 2, 2024. Throughout human history, sages, including gods, Buddhas, celestials, and saints, have extolled the virtues of morality. In China, values like benevolence, righteousness, propriety, wisdom, and trust have been upheld for centuries, alongside ideals such as gentleness, kindness, respect, modesty, and deference. Christianity has promoted the virtue of love for over 2 millennia, and Buddhism has advocated for the Pure Land for just as long. Yet what is the result? Look at humanity today. We are still trapped in a jungle ruled by survival of the fittest. In this world, wealth and power are revered, while the powerless and penniless are reduced to insignificance. Human society does not operate on morality but on money and authority. Even with lofty moral ideals, who can survive without money? And even if morality is universally admired, how does it stand up to power? Especially under totalitarian regimes, morality becomes completely powerless. In the face of wealth and authority, Even the grandest ideals are mere castles in the air, and the most beautiful dreams are no more than fleeting illusions. Where does the problem lie? The root issue lies in the lack of a production and living system that aligns with moral principles. Without procedural safeguards, morality is hollow, weak, and powerless. It inevitably surrenders to wealth and power. Without these safeguards, aspirations such as spiritual cultivation, elevating life to enter heaven, building earth into a paradise, or achieving democracy, human rights, freedom, and happiness remain mere fantasies, nothing but self-deception. The most ideal and beautiful life for humanity is one where everyone owns nothing but has everything. What kind of life constitutes a heavenly existence? The answer is this. A life where everyone owns nothing but has everything is a heavenly life. Any life outside of this cannot be called heavenly. Can humanity achieve such a state? The answer is no. Without a corresponding procedural system, it is entirely impossible. Owning nothing, won't one be reduced to a beggar? In a society propelled by wealth and power, mere survival without possessions is already a challenge, let alone having everything. Currently, only the Chanyuan celestials living in Life-Chanyuan's second home truly understand and experience the meaning of owning nothing but having everything. The second home operates under a lifestyle system modeled after the primary paradise. Without this system, the morality I promote, truth, kindness, beauty, love, faith, and sincerity, would merely be an opiate for the masses. In that case, it would be more practical to encourage people to focus on earning money and gaining power. But does the second home system have issues? Of course it does. What happens when individuals join the second home but contribute nothing and merely consume? What about those who shirk responsibilities or fail to create value? How should we handle discord or members who do not adhere to the system? To address such problems, we must return to morality. Without a foundation of noble morality, the second home system cannot be sustained and will eventually collapse. This is because human nature harbors selfishness, greed, and the pursuit of power. If every member fails to achieve unselfishness, selflessness, non-attachment, and freedom from resentment, the second home will only be short-lived. In reality, morality is hollow, which is why Life-Chanyuan transforms morality into actionable values. When morality is distilled into values, it becomes a guide for words and actions, a clear and concrete navigator. For example, kindness is a key component of morality. However, vague exhortations such as, everyone must be kind, are ineffective. What exactly constitutes kindness? There are countless interpretations. By contrast, Life-Chanyuan translates kindness into actionable values. For instance, one value states, the heart of comparison is the root of evil. This makes it clear that refraining from comparison and rivalry embodies kindness. To cultivate kindness, one must avoid comparisons and competitions. The conclusion is this. Without procedural safeguards, advocating morality is futile. Without morality as a foundation, an ideal procedural system cannot be established, and even if it were, it would be short-lived. A critical step is to transform morality into actionable values with specific content and standards. 天国银行简介 Introduction to the Heavenly Bank. Xuefeng. November 30th, 2024. Christ Jesus taught us, do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moths and rust destroy, and where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where moths and rust do not destroy, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Matthew 6 verses 19 to 21. Dayform Buddha, Life-Chanyuan spiritual guide Xuefeng, reminds us, where your heart resides, there you shall go in the future. The establishment of the heavenly bank fulfills God's teachings and guides people in accumulating treasures stored in heaven. On January 1, 2018, humanity entered a new era, the era of Life-Chanyuan. The first 30 years mark a period of purification and elimination, followed by a 10-year adjustment phase. After this, humanity will step into a harmonious world of unity, where the globe will be one family, enjoying favorable weather and enduring peace for 1,000 years. What is F-Coin? The treasures of the heavenly bank are termed F-Coin. Since this new era was initiated by Life-Chanyuan, all contributions, whether in material wealth, spiritual wealth, or sold wealth to Life Genuine's cause are rewarded with a certain amount of F-coin. In this harmonious world, the traditional financial systems of banks and currency will be replaced by the F-coin system. People will be able to use F-coin to access their rightful benefits. Characteristics of F-coin. Exclusive to individual use. F-coin cannot be borrowed, transferred, gifted, or passed on as an inheritance. Tamper-proof and secure records. It cannot be counterfeited. Stolen or fraudulently acquired F-coin will be unusable. If lost, there is no need to worry, as the Heavenly Bank securely records all holdings. Worldwide usability. F-coin can be used anywhere on Earth. How to accumulate F-coin. Material contributions. For every US $1.50 contributed to Life Genuine's cause, you earn 1 F-coin. For $150, you earn 100 F-coin, and so on. Written advocacy. Articles promoting Life Genuine's values or the second home model earn 10 F-coin for every 1,000 characters. Video promotion. Videos under 1 minute, 1 F-coin. Videos 1 to 3 minutes, 2 F-coin. Videos 3 to 5 minutes, 3 F-coin. Videos 5 to 30 minutes, 10 F-coin. Videos longer than 30 minutes are not needed. Content sharing. Sharing Life Genuine related content online earns 1 F-coin for every 10 shares and 10 F-coin for every 100 shares. Introduction. Successfully introducing a naturally aligned Life Genuine member earns 10 F-coin. Land contributions. Providing land for the second home that accommodates 30 people for long-term use earns between 110,000 F-coin, depending on the land's value. Active participation. Daily contributions to building the second home, effort exceeding personal benefits, earn 1 F-coin per day. Exceptional contributions. Significant contributions to Life Genuine's cause can earn between 100 and 100,000 F-coin, depending on the scale and value of the contributions. Claiming F-coin. To claim your F-coin, provide evidence of your contributions to any designated Chanyuan Celestial. They will submit your F-coin for official recording in the Heavenly Bank, and you will receive corresponding F-coin notes. A final reminder. Those with spirituality through silent prayer can perceive the profound changes occurring on Earth. This is a critical period of life and death, where the choice of direction lies with each individual. Opportunities abound for everyone, but should suffering or misfortune arise, there will be no one to blame, not heaven, not earth, and not the greatest creator. May those blessed with heavenly fortune strive to accumulate treasures in the Heavenly Bank.
That should be implemented by the U.S. Department of Government Efficiency. Xuefeng. January 20, 2025. Conventionally, in a stable environment, government agencies tend to grow increasingly bloated and inefficient. Governments consume social resources and wealth rather than create them. Government employees essentially live off taxpayers' money. Originally intended to serve the public as service providers,